Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Throwing is Jackson. Then he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Tyus Bowser in there to bury him for a loss of 11. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity that went by the wayside, but let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Fighting through, and he's got space. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tariq Cohen. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things off.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Now Jackson on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
57 to Mike.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
And the Browns first down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Jackson from the shotgun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Jackson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Mike, 57. I don't think you got it, son. Check 50, check 50.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try to run with Hunt. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling him for a loss.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Here we go. Whip. Watch the whip.
They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And Hunt is not going to get there. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And coming off a 1-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed.
Super toe.
Hurry up. Mike, 57. I got one.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. 20, 10, and he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. Short throw, pick-6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 28-yard line.
Here we go. Touch the outlaw. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Here we go, G. Ready. 57's right. I got it.
8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Share.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. A skip, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that?
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Joe Schobert, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson now. Got him in. It's Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Jackson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's got the hook up to Moore. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive step...
He's got him in, complete. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown as the Ravens push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Throwing on second down. Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson throwing again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does. You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Very good return that time. 18 yards. Now the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
57's Mike. Mike 57. All day, play. Hey, hands here. Mike 57. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Where'd he go?
Now Jackson to throw again. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Matt Judon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Check 37. Check 37. Back.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Tyus Bowser able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big play there on the option. Give him 42 yards on the ground. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Hayden Hurst, former 1st-round pick, the intended target. 3rd down here.
And 10 yards to go.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you do.
Jackson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. That one into the hands of Kane. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Now it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. David Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think
the Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns get a score closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson to the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Jackson now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. Now Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Oh, and now and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Browns drive about to get started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Rolling, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Eli Harrell in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Jackson. They'll go screen here to Hunt. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Jackson on first down. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Coming to you. Coming to you.
Nice 57. 57's Mike.
Target, 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 target.
On third down, Jackson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run again with Hunt. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
57.
One last shot for Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Ravens, they're into the win column for the 3rd time this year as they get the victory here. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Browns, They'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.